Hello guys, hello, my name is Elliot, aka the Beardy Butcher, and welcome to my first ever video blog. Today, it's a little introduction into me, to a couple of things I like, a couple of little bits and bobs I have to show you, and I'm going to do a little whisky review for you as well, so I hope you enjoy it. So to start with, like I said, my name's Elliot, I'm 26 years old, and I live in a little rural Leicestershire village called Shearsby. Little place, only a few people live here, but I like it. Anyway, I'd like to start off by showing you a couple of little things. They're important to me. Basically, my granddad is the one who got me into butchery. He was a butcher as a boy and was for most of his life. Also, the other side of my family, my other granddad and his father were also a butcher, so it's in the blood a little bit. So basically, this I want to show you first, which is my butcher's knife, which my granddad actually passed to me when he passed away. It's a Victorinox. This is, you're looking at about at least 40, 50 years old for this knife. I mean, as you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's still in perfect mint condition. It's still super razor sharp. I mean, I love it. So it's nice, the nice wooden rosewood handle, which is really nice and comfy. And I use it every day. Obviously for a lot of butchery I do. Use it for steaks and for cutting the bigger slices of meat off. But also just for everyday things. I even chop herbs with this. Also really, really good for those really stubborn butternut squash or really tough root vegetable. Bit of parsnip, turnip, that kind of thing. Really good for that. And I keep it really sharp. And I keep it sharp with also my granddad's butchery steel. I find with steels these days, they're so flimsy, and unless you spend like £100 on them, they're rubbish. I mean, this one I've had now since he passed away, so you're looking at over 10 years, and it's brilliant. I mean, it's still got enough on there to give it a nice sharpen, and it looks really good. It's got a nice wooden handle, the nice little metal thing, so, I love it. So that's a couple of things there. Also, obviously, like I say, I've trained as a chef as well in my career, so I've had other knives that have along the way. A couple of other ones I like to keep all the time. Again, I've got another Victorinox steak knife. This one's got the rubber handle. I think I actually took this from when I left the butchery job. I bought this, so I brought it with me. It just stays in the drawer, but if ever I'm going to do something I don't use a good knife for, I use this one because I'm not, they're to a penny these days, they come from anywhere. So there's that one. Also, obviously I can't do everything with this knife because it doesn't work. So I've got, I like to use Global. This is a nice little Global knife. Really good for onions, garlic, the smaller vegetables, chopping your herbs, all that kind of thing. And then again, another Global one. We've got a bigger one there. That's really good for herbs. And then your bigger vegetables, and also, I even cut bread with that. It's that sharp, it's good for cutting bread, it won't squash it or anything. So yeah, a couple of good knives there I like to keep. But also, obviously, in my drawers, I've got little paring knives and, there's one as well, look. Just a little nice sharp paring knife for peeling and, the smaller vegetables, little shallots or whatever you want to chop up nice and small. Okay, let's get into something good, shall we? It's Christmas time. Well, Christmas time has just passed, and at Christmas you get a lot of presents, and luckily for me, I love whiskey, and my family know this, all my friends know this, so I get bought a lot of whiskey at Christmas, way too much than I can drink. So usually at Christmas time I get enough whiskey for like halfway through the year. This year I was lucky enough to get myself a bottle of the Beardy Double Wood. You see, I've not drank too much of it. It's that nice, I don't want to waste it. Such a good whiskey. I really, really do rate this whiskey. As the name implies, double wood. You've got the first 11 years and 10 months in the normal casks, what they use, and then it goes for a finishing, as they call it. It says a few months, so I'm guessing it's about that, in some oak sherry casks, which, as you can imagine from sherry, imparts that lovely fruity, oaky kind of smoky taste into the whiskey. If you look at the colour as well, I'm not sure if there's caramel in there, it doesn't say, but I'm sure a bit of that colour must come from the sherry casks. Anyway, let's pop it. Woo. It's got a really nice cork as well. I'm into weird things like that, says on it, established 1892. So, okay. So we pour a little dram, shall we? Cheers. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put that back in. What we'll do now, we'll just leave it a couple of minutes. We'll let it open up and all the flavours will come out of that whisky. So whilst I'm talking about that, we'll just go through a couple of other things about me, what you might like to know. Like I say, food's been a big part of my life. I mean, the earliest memories I have of being in the kitchen, my two grandparents, my nan and my granddad from my mum's side, they were big out about food. Like, you go around to the house and the first question is, are you hungry? And even if you said no, well, you couldn't say no in that house. And if you didn't want anything, they'll be giving you whatever. If it's leftover roast dinner, you've got, you know, there's always food in the house. And not bad food, not by any means least. It's really good food, always left over, always cold stuff going. And even if, you know, even if you said, oh, I really fancy something, they'll just make it for you. They were like that. And luckily for me, my mum's exactly the same, my dad's exactly the same, and lo and behold, I turned out the same. Food is a massive part of my life. I couldn't live without it. Obviously no one can live without it, but you know, it's what I'm interested in. I read food, I write food, I live food, you know, and it's what I do and it's in my blood. So, you know, and like I say, it stems from my grandparents really. Bless them, even when they're in their, you know, 70s, every Saturday we'd go around for a dinner, whether it be homemade fish and chips by my granddad. He had a massive, like, it was so dangerous when you think about it, a massive pan of chip fat, and he'd do his own fish, his own batter and his chips, and they're like, never ever found anything better than those chips. Granddad, they're the best. And yeah, like, I always thought to myself, I love sweet and savoury, like, beyond belief. You know, perfect for me is a digestive biscuit with a good bit of English blue cheese on top. Heaven for me. I thought, oh, where do I get that from? And I was doing some writing the other day for my book that hopefully I will get published next year, or this year hopefully if I'm lucky enough. And I was thinking back to it, and I realised it's my nana, because when my nana would cook a curry, she'd always put raisins and banana in it. I mean, everyone's like, ugh, banana, raisins and curry, but that is where my sweet tooth with the savoury came from. So again, nana, thank you very much. You know, I love it. So anyway, back to the Balvenie. First of all, have a little look at that colour. Real nice, you know, nice deep caramel colour. I will add just a drop of water. Opens up the palate. I mean, you know, it's one of those things. Do you add water? Do you not? I do. I like it, so I do. But you know, very small little drop, just enough. Just opens up that palate a bit. You know, when you put your nose in, you're not going to get smacked in the face with alcohol. You're going to get all the flavours that you want to see. So, with the nose, straight away you're getting honey there. You've got honey. You got citrus. You got oranges, lemons. You got grapefruit. You got like an almond flavour there. Brazil nuts. Big vanilla. And it sounds funny, but it smells thick. You know, you've got that. You can tell it's going to be a nice palate. You've even got a bit of maple syrup in there. You know, it's really good. I could sniff the whiskey all day. My family laugh at me. I sit there for 10 minutes sniffing a whiskey first before I even drink it. But that's what I like to do. I like to get used to the smell. So when I do take the first sip, I know what's coming. Okay, so we'll go for the palate. Wow, straight away, got real nice spicy on the lips. There's a bit of smoke in there, and it's not a peated whiskey, but you've definitely got a hint of smoke in there. You got vanilla, you got cinnamon, you got nutmeg, and there's a slight woody taste there. I mean, obviously it's coming from one of those two woods. It's oak. I'm getting oak, so yeah, it's real good whiskey. That is really nice. It's, you know, it's a nice whiskey. You don't need anything with it. Just sit back and relax after a hard day at work. You know, for me, I'd have this, a bit of blue cheese, like I said, sweet biscuits, bit of onion chutney, pickled onions, bit of gherkins. Heaven for me. That's all I need. That is a lovely whiskey. Okay, so to conclude from today, like I say, first one of many to come of these video blogs. I'll be doing more whiskey reviews, wine reviews, ale reviews. I'll be doing some recipes for you. I'll be doing some recording of me cooking. I'm going to try and do some butchery videos. Not as easy as it sounds because I've got to get some sort of carcass here to do it, but I'm going to try because that's what I love to do. It's my passion, so I'm going to do it for you. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you're already on Twitter, you know who I am, but if not, it's Twitter and it's @BeardyButcher, #BeardyButcher. There's a link on there to my website and also my blog, so thanks for watching and I hope to see you soon.